Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Dustin. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Glad to have you here, everyone who's tuning in. Hopefully you can see me fine. We're trying out a new system here, so things are a little shaky, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So hopefully you guys can hear all this and everything's sounding looking good. But we're here to talk prediction. This is a prediction stream for tonight's episode, the finale, the ultimate of Skeleton Crew, episode 8, right? Episode 8, yep. And we're excited to talk to you guys about it and get everyone's predictions. But with me, I have Dan the pilot. What's up, Dan?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? Or how are you? Are you multiple people?
I am multiple people all at once. I am good.
I'm very excited for the episode of dropping in 45 minutes. It's going to be peak. I think it's going to be peak. I hope it's peak.
Yeah, I hope so as well. And next up, we have the one, the only, the fact checker. What's up, fact checker?
Hey, yeah, good to be here. Gonna be a good night. Finales and all.
Finales, the final one. It's crazy. It's already here. It seems like it blew by really fast.
Yeah,
did.
just
It
season
really
1
did.
though, right? We're gonna get season 2.
Yeah, maybe
talk
season
about
2. I don't know. Predictions there, maybe. All right, and last but definitely not least, we have the one, the only. He's back. You know him. You love him. Bismo.
It's the final countdown. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on the stream again tonight, buddy. I can say
Heck
words.
yeah, of course. Yeah. I saw you guys were streaming or had a plan for this, and I reached out and I got lucky. They let me come on. So
Anytime,
Heck yeah.
man. No, you're always welcome here. Of course, you always have great takes, and we can't wait to get into your predictions for this as well. We haven't been able to talk much Skeleton Crew with you, so I'm really looking forward to talking to you about it.
heck yeah, me as well. Yeah, it's been crazy because it just being through Christmas and New Year's. I think it landed on both of those days. So definitely a very eventful time for a show to come out. But yeah, I've certainly been enjoying it.
Good, man. Glad you're enjoying it. Well, let's jump into some predictions. I know we have some gonkers out there with us, actually, before we do. Sorry. Who do we have with us tonight, fact checker?
Well, we've got Skylark, who is reminding people to like and subscribe.
Oh, nice. Always.
Yes, for sure. And I think Dan's in the chat, which is pretty cool.
He's
Am I in the
multiple places.
chat? How?
He's everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah, Ellie was here. She's kind of going to go watch another show before she watches this.
Okay.
All
That'll be
right.
fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy that
and
other
then
show.
Tarkins is also hanging out.
Enjoy the show.
What's up, Tamerkins? Tamerkins is excited because Bismo's here and
Oh,
already
yeah.
has a hot take prediction. Oh, dear.
Oh, man. Hey,
That's-
that's what this is. Let's jump into it.
My prediction is everybody dies, says Tamerkins.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's a little, that's a warm take. That is a hot, warm take.
Hot, warm take. Yeah, I mean, that's a prediction. Everybody could possibly die in this episode. How would everybody feel about that if that happened?
Unless by everybody she means nobody, because that's what
Yeah.
we do here at Stay on Target.
That's usually what we do.
It's possible that nobody perishes in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
yeah, it would be unfortunate though, because I mean, they said they designed it so that it is its own season, but also open ended supposedly for season 2, right? So my only slight concern I have with that is in some seasons in the past of different Star Wars shows, we've had a really tough time hitting that finale mark. So I'm just hoping for a strong finish, even if there is potential for another season though.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm hoping right now that they're going to have a second season. Without seeing the finale, I mean, that might change depending on the finale. But I think for the way that they've gone with this show, I think there's going to be a second season. If not, it's silly to me. But the reviews have not been quite there, unfortunately. I think that's more of a product of previous material than it is this, to be honest, because I've been really enjoying this series. I think if somebody were to die, if you were to guess one person to die in this, who do you guys think would be the one to go?
Ooh.
Neil?
I think
no,
I think
there's
if you
no
say
way.
that too loud, everybody's gonna jump through the screen at you.
Right. I felt bad saying
We're
it.
going. If we're going realistic, I'm gonna go with Wendell. I think that although his arc's been, I don't know, a little bit questionable at times, maybe he'll redeem himself by trying to save the day somehow. Some heroic sacrifice of sorts.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Kind of to redeem himself of letting his kid fly off in in space, and with also with Jod right there at the end of episode. Spoilers for episode 7, guys. If you haven't seen episode
Right,
7,
that's true.
we're gonna be spoiling. I probably should have led with that, but at the end of episode 7, with Jod igniting the lightsaber right in front of all of them, family
Yes.
included, that was a dark turn.
Indeed it was.
What about you, Dan? Do you think who do you think's going if somebody had to go?
Yeah, if somebody went, it would most likely be Jod. I don't mind the Wendell theory, but I don't. I don't think he's.
That's dark.
You can interpret that however you want, but do I not mind it because Bismo thought of it, or do I not mind it because I would be rooting for it? I don't know. I'm not
Wow.
saying I'm rooting for anybody to go.
Dark side Dan tonight.
But if there's one character that I never want to see ever again on this show, no, I'm kidding. But he's been somewhat redeeming himself over the last couple of episodes, so good on him. But I think Jod may be Dunzo, but he's just such a good character. It would be, I don't want him to do like a Dunzo where it's like, who's the bad guy in The Mandalorian that never actually was gone and whatnot?
Oh, Moff Gideon.
Yeah. I don't necessarily want that.
Hey, that worked out for me. made a pretty easy plot point in the video.
That's
no,
true.
For sure.
They have their pros and cons.
Right now Bismo is looking at the glass half full.
Well, I didn't necessarily say it was a good or a bad thing, but it was a good thing for me in that particular moment.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Making a ridiculous video, I thought that maybe a ridiculous plot point would make sense.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
sure. And yeah, just so if you guys haven't already, with Bismo here, definitely go like, comment, subscribe to his channel. He always has great material over there. Some fantastic what ifs, just good dialogue on Star Wars in general, but also more than Star Wars. He covers a lot of different things over there. So definitely go like, comment, subscribe. We're honored to have him on the show tonight. Yeah.
Appreciate it, Dustin. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, man. No, we appreciate it. We appreciate you coming on. Fact checker, I didn't get you yet. Who do you think's dying tonight, if anybody is?
If anyone, and I do feel like there will be a dark ending or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if the supervisor is going to be revealed and then killed by
Ooh.
Jod.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good call.
The Snoke
I can see
treatment.
that. Yeah. Oh, no. Last Jedi.
Oh, wow. That's tough. That's too soon? No.
You know what? Maybe hot prediction, it is Snoke. It's actually young Snoke before they started cloning him.
Oh,
Man.
If that happens,
that would
that's going to
just-
be crazy.
that would take.
The
Wow,
supervisor
yeah.
is young Snoke. You heard it
Before
here,
he's all
folks.
twisted and like cut up. Maybe Jod's the one who gives him the scars. I know he's just technically a clone, but there had to have been an original somewhere.
The funny thing is that if anybody that I thought was not going to make it, it was SM33. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he kind of already sacrificed himself. So, because it's always the droid that gives themselves up. Well, I don't know. They don't always, but it's an emotional thing like in Rogue One or some of these other, although droids can be rebuilt. So it's kind of like not as climactic.
Yeah.
But that being said, K2SO was Dunzo because that whole planet was Dunzo, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'd say that was more of a, sacrificial way to go out was K2SO.
Yeah.
SM33 was kind of like just a punk move, like just got his head clean chopped off. That was crazy. It seemed kind of abrupt, and he wasn't necessarily like sacrificing himself for the kids. It was just
True.
like,
True.
that happened. But still good. All right, cool. Well, those are some predictions on who might
What's
die.
yours, though?
Oh, I don't want it to be. I feel like the fact check is a really good one. That actually makes a whole bunch of sense to me. But if I I don't know. It depends on how expensive Jude Law is to be in these series.
Oh, that's true.
And if they might try with just the kids. I kind of feel like Jod might be the one, just also for the fact that he went so dark there at the end that I almost feel like they're trying to make him irredeemable, so that the only way out is him to be Dunzo. But I kind of hope not. I kind of hope it's more of a Captain Silvo arc where he gets to kind of fly off and live another day and be kind of like that Hondo in some ways.
Yeah,
But
speaking
that's
of,
my
where's
prediction.
Hondo?
Yeah.
What if Hondo's
That's
the supervisor?
That would be awesome, actually. Hondo found it before he did, and he's just been living there. Oh,
And don't kill
that
him.
would be the best. Honestly, that would be the best ever. I would rate this show so much higher if that happens.
I mean, if they don't, then Bismo's got to give us a what if Hondo is
yeah.
the
Oh,
supervisor.
Yeah.
If they don't give us the actual supervisor, they've given us a voice, but we all know that's not the supervisor's actual voice, right?
I don't know, because that's a pretty famous actor.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, he's been in definitely British actor. He's been in
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes. He's been in a bunch of different things. Actually, he's an avid Sherlock Holmes fan, and he's also the audiobook. He reads all the audiobooks. So he's a well-known actor anyway. I forget his name, as well-known as he is. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's Bismo? Do you think it's the actual voice, or do you think it's going to be somebody else? They're doing a bait and switch.
Like the original captain? Is that who you're saying, or the
No,
voice? From
I'm sorry. So
Stephen
in the
Fry.
last
Last
episode
episode
7,
voice.
yeah, they had the voice of the what was it? The supervisor.
Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry is the name of the guy who voiced the supervisor. So they gave us that voice. Do you think that supervisor is actually going to have that voice, Stephen Fry, kind of a male British voice? Or is it a bait and switch?
It could go either way. I think that's 50-50. I know that, like, from what we know in the show, that this could be conflicting or not. But is there anything to say it can't be the like original captain that somehow extended his life or something? So, I don't know, like of the ship, like of the original ship, or has that already been disproven?
No, that has not been disproven. And to that point, actually, they never showed the original captain's face in episode 5. They had the audio, and it kind of blurred his face. It was kind of grainy or like kind of fuzzing in and out, so you couldn't tell who it was. So you have a good point there. That could still be the supervisor, depending on the species, Darksider, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's like the biggest question, the biggest prediction, right? Is what's going on with and who's this supervisor? I don't know. What else? What other thoughts do you guys have on it?
Yeah, I'd
it's
say
it's tricky.
yeah.
There's still a lot open ended at this point, which is kind of crazy. I'd say the biggest things that are open ended at this point are who's the supervisor's one. We don't fully know Jod's backstory, so I feel like Jod's backstory will need to be revealed to a degree, at least, for his motivations. And other than that, also, like, what is Atten's role in the larger galaxy, I guess, right now? Like, how long have they actually been there doing this without anybody knowing? Or do others know about it? Is this a tie-in to the High Republic? Is this a tie-in to the sequel trilogy? There's a lot of questions there. Those are kind of some of the biggest ones, I feel like.
Yeah, that was the biggest surprise for me.
Sorry.
Oh,
I had one other thought.
I was just gonna. Well, okay,
go ahead.
Finish your thought.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say. Also, the other crazy rumor that's been going around is this show a precursor to Captain EO? I don't know if you guys have seen that online. That was Michael Jackson, written by George Lucas back in the 80s, and it was like. Written by George Lucas, and it's Captain EO. If you look at some of the characters that are in that, it wasn't said that it was in the Star Wars universe, but it wasn't not said that it was in the Star Wars universe. Some of the characters look like the characters from Captain EO. Kind of a crazy deep cut there. I didn't know that. It was some rumors that were spreading online, and that might be another prediction that's coming up. But I didn't mean to derail you there, Biz. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. And yeah, that would be crazy. I was surprised with last episode. Just the reveal in that the Republic like is working with them from what they had said, or like he was expecting a Republic emissary, which I will say that for fun theory video I made a few weeks ago has certainly been picked apart and definitely inaccurate to say, All right, but that's the fun with theory videos, though. And just doing what we're
Yeah.
doing right now, predicting. You can maybe see something that gives you an idea. But I'm just kind of surprised then, like how do more people not know? Like they made it seem like Atten was truly cloaked and nobody could see it, but now all of a sudden it sounds like the Republic is involved to some extent, or what if it's a fake? What if it is like this? That would stink. But the First Order, like remnants, this is how they're starting to fund, and that's how they just pop up out of nowhere and have all these resources. But I don't know. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was a big reveal, and it seemed to me like more they were prepared for a emissary, but it looked like they hadn't had one in a long time.
Yeah.
Just based on like the ground opening up and all the grass and the people that were standing right there whenever they showed up. I don't know. That's just kind of the thought and idea we got, but it might be also because the supervisor is, he wants to keep everything for himself. The pirate, he doesn't want anybody talking to the outside world. He doesn't want any emissaries, but because this one got through, he's like, oh, well, I guess we got to go through the motions. But he might be setting it up for attack on Jod or whoever to like quiet it down real quick, get back control over all the people. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But there's so much. I mean, we don't know. That's the crazy thing.
There's
What do
no
you think
chance
about-
that Neil's dad is
go
like
ahead.
the supervisor. What are the chances of Neil's dad being something?
Not zero.
Maybe
Yeah.
10%. Yeah, I mean, he could be somebody. We've seen the least of him as far as the parental units go.
True.
Yeah.
And think of it. Neil was pretty smart, right? Like
he's
scored
smart,
well
yeah.
on the test they had taken or whatever. Like I don't
True,
know. Maybe
actually.
in this world, like seems like in this world, like academics or whatever is valued most. So maybe just the smartest person is El Jefe.
And he's the meekest
Right.
of them all. So, you wouldn't expect his dad to be a powerhouse, ruling over the rest of them. And maybe nobody knows that he's the one ruling over the rest of them. So as they
Right.
all go up to the supervisor, they're like, "What? Neil's dad?" Because to give them anybody else would be kind of a I don't know.
That'd be kind of a fun twist for Neil, though, and for us as viewers, being Neil's dad. That would be kind of crazy, but because there is some credence to that with the fact that the statue in front of the school is it looks like that species.
That's very true. Yeah. It's hard to say. There's that other. What was the other imagery behind them when the droids were talking when they were getting
Right.
scolded? So there's a lot of little Easter eggy nuggets in this thing that they're sprinkling in.
Yeah.
And all I know is that Jod, once he saw the gold, he's getting that gold off that planet. However, whoever he has to take out. Maybe we meet
How
Stephen
would he
Fry
get
and
it
he's
off
done
the-
5 seconds later. Yeah.
Well, there's so much of it. How could you get like they said they had like however what was it like? It was like double digits for how many vaults like that they had, and it just comes back to like what is the arrangement? Like it seems like this planet, like obviously it's wealthy, but like they don't export or import things, at least from what I understand it, what it seems like. So like they got to be self-sustaining, or if they have an arrangement, what is it? So they print money and then what do they get out of it if they do get anything? Though, I don't know.
Yeah, because they keep referencing the great work. I guess that's the other thing we're going to have to know what they're talking about, because how do you brainwash people for that long, basically, to keep doing this great work that's so important that you don't question the society, you don't question the supervisor, you don't have an uprising to get off the planet?
Yeah. Something that might not be a main focus or as interesting to think about, but for me, it's been super interesting actually, like, so that gold or whatever the credits, like how is it actually being made? And it seemed in my theory for it is it seems like the children and whatnot and like the parents, they're like system analysts. It seems like they're solving problems, and when you solve a problem or something like that, it somehow like produces the credit or something like that. Because like I mean it's gold, but like if it was just gold, like why would I don't know, like how there's got to be some kind of connection between what they're doing, like the greater work, like exactly what you're saying, and like making the credit.
Right, that's a good point because it's like they're going to be like what, actuaries or accountants basically. So are they actually? Is this planet like the hub for like the Republic as their financial backing system? You know, that would be kind of crazy. Like that's like the backbone for the entire Republic when it comes to like finances, distribution of wealth, gold, resources, stuff like that. I don't know. That's a good point. Are they getting the gold shipped in, you know, raw material to make it, or are they just housing it? One of the things they did reference earlier was, you were going to say that, fact checker? Go ahead. I think
No, go ahead. No.
was that Fern mentioned early on that there was the kids or the people that didn't go with the flow got sent to the mines under the planet.
Oh.
Mines of Moria.
So that might be another darker angle.
Well, no wonder Wim wanted to get off the planet. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's afraid of manual labor.
Yeah. Right. He's afraid of the mines of Moria.
You kind of saw the mines though when it was going down, right?
Yeah,
you kind of saw. It was like, whoa, that's crazy.
You at least knew now that there's an underground, which does tie into Fern saying the mines. So sorry, go ahead, Biz.
I lost it. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean I keep doing that. Sorry.
That's why the ship was buried so shallowly, because if they had gone too far down, they would have just fallen into the mine. You guys played Minecraft, right? If you dig down too far, you just fall forever into lava or something.
The planet.
Okay, I realize.
Oh, he's got it.
What it is. But and like it just the whole works. It just seems way too dystopian, right? Like it seems all like things are good, you know. But like obviously it's dystopian, so like there's got to be some kind of like, whoa, they've got like kids mining in harsh conditions or something. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw something really dark side, you know, to just there's got to be something hidden, you know, in the background that's you know, not ethical or something for this. Like, what's the need for that much gold? Like, it seems like there's a nearly infinite amount, and why do they need to keep producing it?
Well, that
just
might
to feed a hungry captain.
Right. Well, and that might even tie into your theory about it being the captain, because what do pirates value more than anything? Treasure. And just stocking it up, hoarding their treasure.
That would be the ultimate treasure hoard.
It would be, honestly, you know, for a pirate captain. So, that's a great point. Where else were we going to go with this? So there's so many things still. Do you think we're going to get Jod's backstory in this? And what do you think, Biz? What do you think his backstory is going to be, if you had to guess?
Ooh, yeah, that's definitely a tough one. I will say I really hope we get that. I think that's something that would be a great, like, even, you know, if they are open this up to season 2, like, you don't, you know, you could set it up for whatever. I hope a lot of things get answered, though, and this would be one of those. As far as who Jod is, obviously he's force sensitive, right? Obviously he's somewhat force sensitive. Like, he could be somebody that was maybe in the Jedi Order for a little bit, right? Like, really early on. Is he old enough, though? Like, is he even old enough to be a Padawan? Because they, you know, with recent shows like Ahsoka and, you know, just how Disney has been portraying it, they have started to lean a little bit more on like more people can use the Force. So is it possible that he's just a bounty hunter, that he happened upon some kind of Jedi text and like meditated for a few months or something like that and picked it up? I don't know. I feel like he has some kind of rough upbringing. Like, he's referenced that to some extent. And maybe due to that, just forced him to really become, I guess, self-sustainable. And through that, he maybe achieved the power to use the Force. To, like, you know, it's either I use the Force or I don't eat. I don't know.
All right, like he's
some kind of pirate
into it.
Some kind of bounty hunter-esque. Maybe his parents were bounty hunters or something like that. But I can't really explain the Force stuff. Like, the easy way would be to say, yeah, he was part of the Jedi Order. But I don't know. Something doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, I kind of equate it to Rebels, Kanan, and how, like, if you read the books with Kanan, he was kind of lost there for a while after the Jedi Order, just trying to survive, getting from one place to another. I almost feel like this is going to be a similar take, And one of the crazy theories I saw online was one of the kids in the Clone Wars series. Remember they go to Ilum to get their lightsabers, and there's kind of the kid that's a little bit stuck up. He's a little bit kind of all about himself in some ways. And that's what he has one of the hardest times finding stuff. One of the theories we're going on online was maybe it was that kid that's Jod later in life. I forget his name now in the series, but that might actually tie in because I mean, Ahsoka was also helping them. She would be older, obviously, and this is right around the same time as Ahsoka. So I feel like they're probably going to go that route, and I think it'd be interesting if they tied it to that character and they just showed how like losing the Jedi Order and that structure really can send people down, like spiraling down a path just to survive.
And that was on in Clone Wars or Rebels?
Yeah, Clone Wars. Sorry, I kind of jumped there between Kane and Rebels, but Clone Wars is where the kid was in when they went to Ilum to get their crystals.
Yeah. Very cool.
But
speaking of other shows, though, how do you guys like? Do you guys think there will be any major connections to other shows in this finale, or not really? Like, will there be a surprise character, a cameo of sorts, or no?
What do you think, fact checker? You think there'll be any surprise cameos?
It'd be cool. Yeah. I do think there will be something.
Like early on or at the tail end, the very end?
In the middle.
Middle. Okay. Bold.
Well, because you can't give it away at the beginning and you can't leave on that at the end.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Who do you think it'll be if you had to put money on it?
Oh,
Which you don't. We don't do that.
Yeah.
But we don't. We don't have any money.
We don't have any money. We're still looking for our own at Atten.
I haven't got the gold yet.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Mando.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of.
Yeah, I think that would be a good call. What about you, Biz?
Oh, Santeva. I feel like most likely.
All right.
Most likely.
Good idea.
They've had the Republic troopers. Maybe they finally tracked it down somehow. Maybe they somehow got a tracking device somewhere. I mean, they ran into them. It doesn't seem likely, but I'm actually going to take the under though and say no cameo. But maybe you could get a sense towards the end about how there might be cameos, how they end it. If there's going to be a season 2, maybe they'll be like somehow showing how, some kind of conclusion that shows, okay, now they're maybe going back into the spaceship or something and leaving at Atten, and okay, now there's potential to be a part of the bigger story, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What about you, Dan?
I'm a little torn. Let me go back here to my camera. What was the original question?
So, who? Any cameos? Do you think any cameos are going to come in, and who, if anyone?
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 I'm thinking. I think I would appreciate Santeva because they already teased at that. But I'm leaning toward nobody because I feel like they've done such a airtight job of wrapping up their own thing. Like for them to have gone and farmed out some other third-party character, they would have had to involve more of the Star Wars teams for the writing purposes. And hey, you can't do that. And they were just, it seems like the way they wrote this show was very independent and they just ran with it. And it's very on point. There's no fluff. There's no side stuff. So far there's been 0 cameos other than X-Wings and New Republic and, talk of, Jedi codes or the Jedi and stuff like that. So it's most likely nobody, but it would be refreshing to see Mando. Some tie to Ahsoka would be totally fine with me. Or any, if anything, maybe just a name drop. A name drop. Yeah. So just give me a name drop. Snoke. No, just kidding. And then it's
oh no,
not so much, but give me some kind of a somebody we can like Hondo or something, and we freak out. That'd be cool.
Right. Yeah. No, I like that. I kind of agree with you guys that I think it's likely that we're not going to get any cameos because of everything you guys said. Mm-hmm. But if we did, I would think it would be at the very end, like they get off the planet and, like you were saying, Biz, that it opens it up for a season 2 for a new adventure or maybe a connection with the larger galaxy with somebody. I would love to see Hondo. That would be my first pick just because it makes sense with the pirate. But I love Santeva as well because he's really the one who is connecting all of these together. He's one of the only ones that's connected it all together. So, but I don't know. The way they wrote the show, I think it makes sense to keep it self-contained in a lot of ways.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. I don't like this is definitely a show where like having a cameo can't like it's not indicative of like if the show does well in the finale. Like it could have no cameos at all. And
Yeah.
it could be a great like it's done well with the formula, and I hope part of me almost hopes there isn't a cameo. I mean, if it makes sense, do it, but it's not that crucial. In my
Is it
opinion.
possible for them to drop a cameo and it lessens the show?
Ooh.
If he said Snoke, but
Yeah, maybe Snoke. I mean, I'd almost like it just because we predicted it, but but at the same time,
It'd be
I don't know.
horrible.
It might make this show worse in some ways if there is a cameo at this point, just because this is almost like loosely based in the Star Wars galaxy. You know what I mean? Because it's not tied in too specifically to anything else. So once you start adding in that stuff, then sometimes you get the baggage that comes with tying it into the Disney Star Wars stuff as well. Unless it's like a Luke Skywalker situation or a Han Solo, young Han Solo.
Yeah.
I'd say like something like, not young, he wouldn't be young at this point, older, but that would be awesome, actually. I would like that. That would actually get me pretty pumped for something else if they showed a Luke or a Han or a Leia. She might even show up as a, representative, of the New Republic to At-Aten if they haven't had conversations or whatever. But
well, like
I
they
don't
had 3PO and Ahsoka. I don't think it hurt Ahsoka.
no, because Ahsoka was already not very good, in my opinion.
It's debatable to the guy in the middle of the screen right now, but no, I mean it's
Episode
true.
5 was good. That is the only one for me personally.
But it was refreshing when 3PO showed up. It was kind of cool. We were
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
it's
mind that.
Who's
We don't
the
have the time- I
who's
don't
the
have
emissary?
time to respond to that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
I'll save
drop
it
a
for next
bomb.
week. I'll save it.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying maybe if it's just a droid then, or some kind of a, or maybe another like Zeb or something. Poor Zeb. He doesn't get to be in a show. He's just the
He's
cameo
just a sidekick.
drops.
They
He's
just
too
showed
expensive.
they can do a perfect job of making him to then never use him again.
Yeah, what the crap was
Right.
that?
Mon Mothma's still alive, right?
Yeah, that could be a nice.
Because Andor's
little
coming
cameo.
up next, so maybe there's some
That's
kind
a
of
good
a
point.
some kind
Remember
of connective.
Andor, guys? Mon Mothma. Yeah, I can see him doing that.
Remember, yeah, or some piece of a Death Star on some planet, or although they're not going to leave this planet probably.
Well,
Flashbacks.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
flashback.
Tim Merkins was saying earlier, we might get some flashbacks,
Oh yeah, potential.
Jod.
I'm hoping Jod flashbacks.
Yeah.
but other cameo flashbacks too.
Oh, they could show up in that. They could have a young Ahsoka if it is that
Yeah.
kid from Clone Wars. I don't know, possibly, or if he goes in the what was it, where they had to smuggle the Jedi out? Quinlan Voss was involved with it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Path. That would be cool to see that. That was one of the only things I actually liked about the Obi-Wan series was when they mentioned Quinlan Voss and they talked about the Path and how they were kind of helping Jedi get to safe places. I could see them doing something like that.
Oh
But
yeah,
there
that'd be cool.
was one other thing. I know it's definitely a rumor, speculation thing, and I know this can be edited online, but they did technically have that one actress signed in there as a female. I forgot her name now. I do have it here. Hang on. It was a Jedi Nina Nawood. Now that could be total nothing. That could be nothing at all. But I still wonder if that wasn't a mistake that they put that up there too fast, too soon. Then they pulled it, and that might be the. Oh, I did the thing. It might be the. That might be the instant. Give a thumbs up. I don't know why it does that, but that might be the motivation in some ways behind Jod more so than the treasure. But I don't know. This last episode kind of made it seem like he really just wanted the treasure. But what if she is trapped there on that planet? She found it first, or she escaped from that planet and she was a Jedi. I don't know. There's a lot. What do you guys think about that idea? That he's actually there to rescue someone or get revenge or make it so he's so rich that could never happen again type of situation?
He looks like he's got gold fever, but that would be cool. I'm definitely open to that idea to incorporate the flashback though, for sure.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
any story, extra story bits on Jod would be pretty phenomenal, fanatical. Isn't this like a 50-minute episode? So we got like a long time to burn. I heard it was like 50 minutes or something, 51 minutes.
Wow.
Well,
That'd be
that's
awesome.
Good news.
Yeah, I think it's
A
good news.
surprise
That
to be sure, but a welcome one. Wow.
yes, I feel like it's a good way. Like they've got some stuff. They've got room to go on a flashback, give some extra backstory, take some time to let the final scene of this episode of this season, really kind of hit you, or just draw out some drama. Jod's a little scary right now. Not gonna lie, he is possessed by the gold, and he's already been like grumpy with the children, and he's probably going to be grumpy with their parents and blame them for the kids being brats. Jod's about to yell at he's like, the supervisor, you're the one that's messing up my gold problem, and
Yeah.
it's just it's interesting. Or is he going to lie his way to the top again and not kill anybody? It's like he's already got the kids under siege. Are the parents just going to? I bet you Wendell's just going to roll over. But maybe Fern's mom will do something, and maybe Fern's mom will
Maybe he'll
fight
roll over
back.
for good.
Yeah.
I didn't
Earlier
say
prediction.
it. I didn't say it. But maybe on the way back up, they see Wendell's mom working in the mine.
Yeah, it could be because they didn't say that. They did not explain that. Or also Farah's husband, Fern's dad. What happened
Oh
to
yeah.
him too? There are some more questions. I mean, they never talk about it, so I don't know if they're ever even going to mention it at this point. But it would be interesting if they did. If they did talk about that mining situation, and but I can't imagine like Wendell and Farah being like okay with continuing the great work if they knew their spouses were like mining underground.
Yeah.
But if they're told like if you don't, they're gonna they're not even gonna be mining anymore. Their
Right,
mining
or your
days will
kids
be
are-
over. Yeah.
Or your kids will go down there or something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know.
That's why I'm like this dystopia. Like
It's-
somebody has to pay to have a dystopia like that. I don't know. So I'll say you guys are definitely making me super excited for this. That's why I love doing these prediction streams.
I know. You always bring a fresh take. That's what we love too. You're getting me excited about it. We actually only have about a couple minutes left. We are going to have to start wrapping this up here soon. So let's touch on maybe final predictions, what we think is going to happen, and do you think there's going to be a season 2? So let's jump to fact checker. I want to jump to you first. I haven't jumped to you first. Final predictions. What do you think? What do you think most likely is going to happen in this episode?
Jump.
In the finale.
I think Jod's gonna get some gold somehow. The kids are gonna kind of start a new adventure, and I just hope to see lots of Jod.
Shirtless or
Oh gosh, clothed is perfectly fine.
Clothes is perfectly fine. Clothes
that'd
is
probably be for the
preferred.
best in a children's show.
Yeah.
PG-13
For sure.
This is the only rated R episode.
No.
Horrible.
We
That's
don't need
right.
that.
They go dark side. What about you, Dan? What are you thinking? Oh, actually, fact checker. I didn't get. Do you think there'll be a season 2? I'm sorry. I
Yes, definitely a season 2.
okay.
Yep.
Bold prediction. What
That
about
sounds
you,
bold.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be a season 2 for sure, and I think whatever it is that they deliver is going to be a blast. But I just don't know where they're going. I think they have at least one thing up their sleeve that none of us saw coming. That's my prediction. I think all of the things that we've rambled on about tonight, mostly me, mean nothing because they've got something up their sleeve. So I'm excited about that.
I'd be totally cool with that. In some ways, I kind of hope they surprise us and that it's not all too predictable because Star Wars has been quite predictable lately. So a nice twist, but as long as it's satisfying. Sometimes the twists in Star Wars
don't
are
let
not
it drop.
satisfying.
Yeah. Don't let it dip.
So don't take that. Don't take something away. But I have confidence in these writers and everything. What do you said? Definitely a season 2, Dan.
Yeah, definitely season 2. That makes me
Okay.
very happy. That if even if this delivers as consistently as the other 7, and it's not like over the top amazing, but it just delivers the final punch, then make me even more excited for season 2 because then they really could throw open the floodgates and bring in other people or more flashbacks.
Yeah.
So, give me an airtight season on Disney Plus, and that would make me very happy. Like the last airtight season was maybe like Mandalorian season 1 or something, for
Two.
2 was pretty, two really was airtight at the end,
Yeah,
it
I
really
love
drove
that
it
one,
home,
too.
man tears and whatnot, but like it was, so I'm hoping for that.
Yeah. All right. Same question to you, Biz. What do you think's going to happen if you had to put money on it, which we don't do here? And is there going to be a season 2?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say that the captain is somehow the supervisor. I'm just gonna go with that one. It just seems like it's the string that's kind of connected between everything, like whether somehow like there's still some kind of involvement. And as far as season 2, I think there will be a season 2 because at least so far, knock on wood, it's been a quality show, and as we've seen in the past, as long as they make a quality show, views aren't that important. Wink, wink, Andor. But season 2, no, I saw an opportunity.
Andor's winking right back.
But
Arguably a
if-
same cause and effect though with Andor from Obi-Wan, from Acolyte to this.
Yeah, the thing is too though, like if you make something that's really quality, even
Yeah.
if the initial views are not great, like Skeleton's Crew is going to be super bingeable. I know friends that have not even watched yet that I know are just going to wait till everything's out and are going to watch it. And if it's good, people will watch the whole thing. They will see that. They'll see that people like it because obviously they got something good here. They just need to have a decent finish at this point. If they have a really good finish, it could be something really special. But yeah, it'll probably get a season 2.
Nice take. I completely agree with that, and I think coming soon with after Andor, there's going to be a little bit of a dry spell in some ways, unless they have something up their sleeve for Star Wars, and that could drive a lot of people to watch Skeleton Crew, especially because people like us, like Biz, have been really enjoying it. And especially if they end well, I mean, that determines a lot of the series as a whole. But if they end well and Star Wars fans, like true Star Wars fans, really enjoy the season, I think they will get a season 2. I'm hoping for a season 2 at this point because I like all these characters and I want to see another adventure with these characters. It doesn't have to be Earth galaxy crazy stuff. It's just got to be a fun adventure, and that's what they've really focused on in this. And I want to see Jod interact with other people. I want to see Wim interact with other people. Maybe see Luke Skywalker for the first time. How crazy would that be if he gets to see an actual Jedi being an actual Jedi, and he gets trained by him or something like that? So I think there's going to be a season 2. At least I'm hoping. And I thought bold prediction for tonight. I do agree with you, Biz. I think that the captain's going to have to be revealed at least. So they're going to have to let us know who the captain is, and we're going to have to get Jod's backstory. I still think, but it might be a twist. I still think he might be a Jedi Padawan or something that went down the dark. I know they've done that before, but it seems like the writing's on the wall there. But he did go quite dark in this episode, so who knows? Maybe he was dark side all the way from the beginning. But there's so much there. We could keep going for hours, and we would if we could, but the show is literally coming out in a few minutes. So any final thoughts, guys, before we get out of here?
No, I said to Merkin said if there's a season 2, it needs to come out sooner rather than later. I fully agree with that. Yeah, Wim deserves to see a real Jedi hero, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about this finale. I think it's evergreen. Star Wars needs some evergreen stuff to continue
really
to bolster. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'll subscribe because I want to see Andor season 2. And while I've got it, I might as well go back and watch Skeleton Crew. Yeah. And, I almost kind of would be willing to rewatch this season.
Yeah.
If
Very watchable.
If the finale punches in a way that we know that it probably can.
Oh, yeah.
And if it does, I think beyond Star Wars fans, it's not that Star Wars lore heavy. Like, it could open up a broader audience for, like, casuals and whatnot. I've been trying to get my mom to watch it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. If you like Pirates of the Caribbean, this is like Star Wars Pirates of the Caribbean, kind of,
In
for
some
me,
ways.
it's Stranger Things. I feel like it could.
Stranger Things,
I don't know if it'll ever be that big, but, like, it has the potential to do that, though. You know, it just needs to, more people need to see it. And I don't know how they do that, but it needs to happen.
I completely agree. I think more eyes need to be on it. I think if enough eyes get on it, I think there will be a tipping point, and it could really take off. And it's very easy for someone to new to Star Wars to watch. It's not super heavy lore on a lot of things like you were saying. So great points. I don't want to reiterate what you guys are saying because we do got to get out of here. But great thoughts, everyone. looking forward to seeing the show. Thank you so much, Bismo, again for coming on tonight and talking the prediction stream. Can't wait to get your thoughts on it afterwards. Might be seeing him here again in the future. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Or what? What did I say? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Why would I say
Wink, wink, John, nana wood.
John, nod, nod, wood? That's what I said. Apparently. Wow.
I get
I'm
it.
just too
I got
excited
you.
for this episode.
Yeah, thanks
All right.
for having me. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, man. All right. From all of us here, Dan, do you want to say anything? Fact
Nope,
checker?
that's it. We'll be back
All
tomorrow night talking about it post show. Correct? Post,
Oh yeah, for sure.
7:00 tomorrow
And
night.
7:00 tomorrow night. Also, if you're not a member, definitely become a member. We're adding some more stuff for you guys. We just dropped one of the videos we did just for members only earlier today. Definitely go check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe here. Like, comment, subscribe over on Bismo's channel. Enjoy the episode. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Don't forget to always stay on target.